Hi friends, this is Allison of Somatic Cosmic Astrology, and welcome to month 2, February of this series. It's a 12-month series of cosmic astrology for 2020. And dive right in here. The month starts on February 1st with a first quarter moon. And of course, the sun is in Aquarius, so that moon is in Taurus, and this is happening at 12 degrees. And again, the first quarter moons, they follow the new moon. So like this is very much represents springtime and energies really coming up, and you know what the story is for that month. Fixed energy does create a lot of strong willpower and moving ahead. It's fixed energy, and it goes cardinal, fixed, mutable. So the fixed energy signs are very much about taking the ball and running with it tirelessly. So all the fixed signs, when there's these major moon cycles with and any sun sign that's fixed, you have each will all be about fixed. So this energy is very fixed here, starting mid-winter up here in the northern hemisphere. Okay, on February 2nd, Mercury starts its shadow period, and this is at 28 degrees of Aquarius. So Mercury will mostly be retrograde in Pisces, but a little smidge of Aquarius. And following this, it's interesting, Mercury actually has a slew of aspects over the next 5 days. So February 2nd to February 7th, there's a lot of mercurial energy, a lot of mind things going on, and the little bit of Aquarius, which, remember, when Mercury hits its shadow, you want to pay attention to what happens that day, because that sets up your energy for that whole, it's almost it's like a 9-week cycle. It's an over 2-month cycle of each Mercury retrograde. So it's very important, this new story in Aquarius, and then it'll be in Pisces. So remember, Mercury is happiest in Aquarius. It works very fast, putting a lot of different pieces together. It's at 20,000 mile view up, from outer limits, like the eagle looking down. You can see patterns, see how things can work together, systems. But then Mercury moves into Pisces, and it becomes much more about dreams, mystical abilities, creative abilities, all the unconscious. So, and it pretty much the first aspect it makes after its shadow is a resource or a sextile with Ixion, which is a cosmic planet. Having to do with your reason for, like, your duty here, that your collective soul purpose. So that'll be coming up really strong at the last degree of Aquarius, actually. So I'm trying to figure out what the story is about. And then, of course, February 3rd, Mercury moves into Pisces, makes a lot of other aspects. Mars on February 6th manifests with Eris. So Mars will be in Sagittarius. So that's a very strong, fiery energy. So that's good. We need all the fire we can get with all that. We still have all that Capricorn long-term energy. So that's great. And then on February 7th, I guess the biggest thing is that Venus will move into Aries, so that's really important. So beginning of February, there's a lot of water. I think then only the Sun, Mercury quickly moves out of Aquarius into Pisces. So, okay. The next thing is the full moon, February 8th or 9th, depending on where you're on the planet. And this is happening at 20 degrees Aquarius, so the moon is at 20 degrees Leo. And, of course, by this time, the eclipses have been over, so we're kind of moving on to this new story, as Mercury is talking about. And so wherever Aquarius is in your chart, even where Leo is in your chart, is important for that full moon. Let's see what else we can come up with, and then we'll do more of a synopsis at the end. But anything that pops up, I'll try to add in. Venus newly in Aries, then of course meets with Chiron. So the full moon does feature this Venus Chiron conjunction. And then that follows Mars meeting at the galactic center a couple days later, February 11th, 12th. Now, February 15th is important because that's the final third quarter square, and that is at 26 degrees Scorpio. So here we have the ending of that cycle pretty much, and let's see. And remember then that moon is being ruled by Pluto in Capricorn, so that will bring up those energies again. And also I think that the sun being ruled by Uranus in Taurus, which in January there'll be that square, natural square. It is setting up a lot of that, so that Taurus opposition to Scorpio, about values and what we give our power to and everything. I think this is still going to be coming up, obviously, with the Capricorn stellium dissipating, yet that energy is important, of course. Mars goes into Capricorn on February 16th. There's a lot of actually aspects that day. And Mercury goes retrograde at 12 degrees Pisces. So 28 Aquarius to 12 degrees Pisces is the first Mercury retrograde of the year. That's the area. Mars into Capricorn, so we know that then you know that Mars is going to meet with all of those big outer planets, so that's really very important. So this does, during Pisces time, Mercury goes retrograde. I've been talking a lot the last couple months about all this Capricorn Pisces. So when you have the Capricorn Pisces or Saturn and Neptune, we had that sextile for a while. That really means that there's a lot of, you can really make these you're bringing this idealistic, creative, like projects that people would think is no way it can happen because it's just too ideal. You can actually make them happen on Earth, so you can build them with that Capricorn energy. So perhaps what's going on, we're going to be reflecting on these big dreams, and then Mars is in Capricorn, so there's even more of this. That's tireless energy. Tireless energy. The Mercury, when Mercury retrogrades back into Aquarius, that does bring in this amazing brilliance too. So that Mercury in Pisces will be like working, dreaming, creating, and then when it moves back into Aquarius, there'll be these like, aha, this is how we do it. This is how I make it happen. This is who I need to work with. This is who would be perfect to hire. All that stuff. So that, it does seem like a lot of practical energy. I'm going to see if anything gets in the way. Of course, that Venus Chiron, the Venus Chiron, oh, you know what? I might have to make two parts to this. I think I'm going to be making two parts to a lot of these because I'd like to go a little deeper into these. So I'm going to pause for now, and I'll see you on part 2 if you'll join me. Thank you.